Burger Specialty Foods, Heartland Business Systems, Bright Printing and Promotional Advertising, H&R Block in Versailles, Shelter Insurance, Aaron Long, Agent in Tipton, the Tipton Latham Bank, Vera Cruz Mexican Restaurant in Versailles, the Osage Beach Hy-Vee, Gladstone Cove Boat Trailer Sales, Insurance Associates America, the Tipton One Stop, American Sun Control, DeGraff and Reed Heating and Cooling, Jason Blankenship CPA, Pivotal Real Estate of Tipton, Farmland Grocery, Kidwell Garber Funeral Homes of Versailles and Laurie, the Bank of Versailles, Remax of Sedalia, the Shed Batting Cages, Versailles Total Fitness, and Timberline Real Estate. Now with coverage of the 86th Annual Tipton Boys and Girls Basketball Tournament, here's Colton Taylor.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's presentation of KS95 Sports. We are live at the opening round of the Tipton Tournament. And what a way to open it, as we've got a good old rivalry game to start things off, as it is going to be the Versailles Lady Tigers taking on the Eldon Lady Mustangs. I'm Colton Taylor, the coach. Jason Vansel with me tonight. We got Britt on the camera. Coach Vansel, it's always fun when you can have an early rivalry game.
Yeah, this is fun, man. Old school Eldon Versailles. Especially with looking down here and seeing how many more Versailles Tigers we got on this girls team this year. I'm excited about this game, Colton.
Yeah, I am too. And I will tell you, we had coaches' interviews with both squads, and I apologize to the coaches. I would gladly play them, and I know I had told Mark that I was going to. They decided to start this game early for whatever reason, so we're not going to be able to get to that. I apologize. It's going to cut our Winter Shelton Real Estate pregame show a little bit short. Special thanks to Winter Shelton Real Estate, our pregame sponsor. And, of course, our friends at Martin Metal, our title sponsor on this broadcast. But as we're getting some things shuffled around, it's always some tight quarters here at the Tipton Tournament. And I just realized they even taped up a KS95 for us in front of the table. That's very thoughtful of them. Oh, so we will start to get things squared away. I did get to talk with both coaches, and both coaches said very similar things, that they have young teams and that this game is going to be a learning experience for both of their squads. But, Jason, I think you would agree as a coach, especially a coach of young kids, that, you know, getting early wins, getting yourself in trophy game situations can be huge for your confidence as a team going forward.
Oh, yeah. If I'm Versailles, I'm just thinking bring home some hardware from this deal. This is kind of a reset for our girls program, and that would be a nice thing for Versailles. And these Eldon girls being coached by Coach Ryan, who's just a great basketball coach. They're a little bit more experienced. I know they're expecting to take something home and put in their trophy case, too. So this ought to be a great matchup, man.
Oh, absolutely. Two teams with big goals this season, and they are going to do battle here. Jesse, if you just pick up on that, I'm just trying to slide it over here and try to get out of your way a little bit.
You're good.
All right, perfect. By the way, if you're wanting to watch tonight's game, but you don't feel like driving to Tipton, don't worry. We got you covered. MoSportsZone.com or the MoSportsZone app. And we are streaming live right now as we're getting ready to meet our starters, I should say. Jason, who have we got out there for the Versailles ladies?
We have Kylie. Let's see here. Some of their hair's covering up the numbers. We have Kylie Ritchie. We have Sarah Bland, Brooke Anderson. We have Ari, Ari Jones. Who's the other one down there, Britt? Is that Reagan Wilson? Sorry, Reagan Wilson. Didn't recognize her over their hair all over the ponytail there.
All right, those are your starters for the Versailles ladies. Starting for the Eldon ladies tonight under head coach Isaiah Ryan. Number 2, Mackenzie Ward. Number 5, Caden Davis. Number 11, Lily Henley. Number 13, Delaney McGay. And number 22, Corin Davis. Bit of a size mismatch on this opening tip, but that's something the Versailles girls are going to have the advantage of all year long when you've got Kylie Ritchie jumping. Kylie is a little over 6'2" at this point, borderline 6'3".
She looks like she's grown a lot since just last year.
She has, and she gets the opening tip. Versailles quickly racing ahead. The pass underneath to Ari, dishes it out to Kylie. Skip pass. Sarah lines up a 3 halfway down. Won't go. Good box out. Rebound by the Lady Mustangs. Pushing the ball up the floor is Davis. Little Euro, but it's blocked by Ritchie on the backside. I think we're in for a fun one today.
That's a nice sight right there to see a big girl inside blocking some shots for Versailles.
I like the counter, though, from Eldon. They wanted to get out and run, and a great job by Davis to get the board and push it. So Eldon inbounds under their own basket. Skip pass here. Eldon, the home team, on the board. Shot fake at 3. Kicks to the corner. 3 lined up. Ooh, halfway down. Board pulled in by Ritchie. It was a good look for Mackenzie Ward. Just wouldn't fall. Versailles races into the front court. Anderson to the top of the key. That is Sarah Bland. Sarah impressed me last year.
Yeah. Sarah, she's a great kid with a great future ahead of her.
This is straight man defense from the Mustangs, and a strong move on the block, and the first points of the game go to the Lady Tigers. Reagan Wilson. So just realized we had not changed graphics here, excuse me, as we are in the first quarter of action. This is the Carpenter Gunther Lumber Company first quarter. Eldon back the other way, getting to the block. Shot just won't fall. It was contested by Ritchie. A good look there for Lily Henley. Just couldn't finish. Versailles racing the other way. Ball's popped loose on the floor. Just jumping on it.
Jumping up.
You got to love the effort.
Yeah, you like to see kids on the floor getting after things.
And possession arrow favors the Lady Mustangs. 2-0 is the Versailles lead here in the first quarter, the Carpenter Gunther Lumber Company first quarter of action.
Where did the little Holderman girl go play from last year?
You know, I'm not sure. I know she's got to be playing college ball somewhere.
Yeah, she's a player.
Little pick and roll action for the Mustangs on the attack. Good defense played by Versailles, though, as it's knocked out of bounds. Mackenzie Ward, the 5'4 sophomore, was trying to split the double team, just not enough space. It's going to be a little 2-2-1 full court pressure applied by the Lady Mustangs. Anderson to Ritchie, middle of the floor, and Ritchie been hitting the weights a little too hard as she tried to skip it ahead to Ari and instead threw it to the Eldon bench.
I'll tell you what, Kylie Ritchie does look like she's muscled up since last year, doesn't she?
She almost looks like a D1 volleyball player. 2-0 the Versailles lead, 6:28 to play in this Carpenter Gunther Lumber Company first quarter of action. Eldon in the corner, shot fake, going to the low block, has the ball knocked loose. A good defense by Anderson working against Mackenzie Ward. First, it forces the turnover. It's a lot of fun seeing Coach Andy Moon on one side and Coach Isaiah Ryan on the other. Has great effort there. Delaney McGay tipping the pass out of bounds, but two Versailles alumni, two guys that played together and now coaching against each other.
Yeah, it's got to be a lot of fun for those guys down there. Probably been sending some texts back and forth all day.
Ritchie gets the inbounds, goes strong to the basket, counted and a foul. That's got to be a welcome sight if you're a Versailles fan. Kylie went with ill intentions, and she was not going to be stopped.
Yeah, Kylie's going to be kind of that force in the middle that we can kind of rely on when things kind of get out of hand sometimes. She's a calming force.
And the free throw up and good. 5-0 the Versailles lead. So the Mustangs trying to find their offense here. Quickly racing the other way, trying to go baseline. Jumper put up, and it's partially blocked, tipped around. Stays with Eldon, fighting for the board, and Ritchie able to just grab it above everyone. And Ritchie going to bring the ball to the floor to Anderson. Anderson inside on the fast break. Shot won't go. Tipped out of bounds, and they'll say he'll stay with the Tigers. Reagan Wilson had a look underneath, but it was contested.
It'll be interesting to see how Reagan does. Last year, she had to shoulder the load inside by herself, and now she's got a good teammate down there inside with her.
Offensive board up and in for Ritchie. That was a clever design. The defense collapsed on Ritchie, and Brooke Anderson floated in behind her.
Yep.
So the inbound was aimed for her. Ari Jones tips the pass out. So Eldon, Coach Ryan kind of told me this is a young Mustang squad. They're trying to figure out who they are right now. And I think Eldon is trying to figure out who's going to score the rock for them this season right now. Inbound to Ward. She's working against Anderson. Straight man defense here from the Lady Tigers. Little pick and roll action on the attack. Good pass inside. Ritchie recovers. Step back from the free throw line. Too strong off the back iron. Offensive board kept alive. Out of bounds. And I'm going to be honest, I think it would have been Tiger ball, but Ritchie chased it down. And
I think she gave it away when she didn't have to.
I like the pick and roll action, though, between Mackenzie Ward and Corin Davis.
Yeah, it was a nice look.
I keep saying Corin. I don't know why I'm pronouncing it that way, but Davis, so it's an art. I honestly believe a good screen and roll is an art, and a good low post by Davis, but the pass overthrown, picked off by Anderson. Tigers with a 7-0 lead, looking to run. It's Ritchie at the high post. Two strong dribbles, turnaround jumper, climbs the iron but won't go. Offensive board kept alive, winds up in the hands of Ari Jones. She goes to Ritchie out of three, which Kylie can shoot that three. Coach Moon told me before they left today she was pulling them in practice, and
yeah, Sarah got caught.
Yeah, Bland looking to pass before the cutter was ready and just dragged that pivot foot. Turnover to the Lady Mustangs. .457 to play in the Carpenter Gunther Lumber Company first quarter of action. Tigers with a 7-0 lead early. On the attack is Ward. Picks it up at the free throw line. Goes to the opposite side. Handoff with the screen. Being harassed is McGay. She needs help. She finds the cutter. Good
Nice
pass.
look.
Shot partially blocked, but they're going to get Ritchie on the shooting foul. And
Ari
that,
Jones playing some tough D.
a good take, though, by the 5'10 senior, Ashlyn Hill. But, I mean, that tells you a lot. You look out there at Ashlyn Hill, 5'10. And it says a lot about how tall Ritchie is now because, I mean, Ritchie looks a good half a foot taller than her because she almost is.
Yeah, I swear that girl's grown another inch or two.
I know
And just muscled up.
They said 5'2". I think she's closer to 5'3" at this point. Or 6'3", excuse me, not 5'3". The free throw's no good, so it's still scoreless for the Lady Mustangs. Ahead, Anderson. Extra pass underneath. Basket up and good for Sarah Bland. And Coach Ryan has seen enough. He's going to go ahead and call the timeout. That actually will be, excuse me, as I lose my train of thought, that'll be a Remax of Sedalia. Nikki Ragsdale timeout. We'll come back. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
Martin Metal, just outside of Versailles, Missouri, is proud to announce the operation of our new automated post-production plant. We now offer our customers high-quality glued, nailed, and planed 3-ply, 4-ply, and 5-ply columns. Yellow pine and treated 2x6 and 2x8 constructed. These posts won't split, warp, or twist and are backed by a 50-year warranty against rotten decay. Order by the job, the bundle, or the truckload as we offer delivery in Missouri and across the heartland of America. Call Martin Metal to find out more. 573-378-4050 and move your project forward with Martin Metal.
And we are back after the Nikki Ragsdale Remax of Sedalia timeout. And Jason, if you're in the huddle right now, Coach Moon got to be telling his girls, hey, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, just keep playing. Keep doing everything that you're doing. And find Kylie Ritchie.
It's working right now. In the same breath, though, if you're Coach Ryan with the Lady Mustangs, what are you telling your squad?
They've done some good things. They've made some good passes, some good pick and rolls. They just got to get the ball in the hole. I think once they get it in there, they'll settle down a little bit. So they're all right.
You're going to call me crazy, but the one thing I saw that I really liked out of the Mustangs, they ran that pick and roll. They got the ball inside. Ritchie's blocked a couple shots, but she also drew a shooting foul. It makes me, or was called for a shooting foul, I should say. It makes me wonder, if you're Eldon, do you go at Ritchie a little bit, try to get that second foul and get her off the floor?
Try to get her on the bench over there.
Straight man defense from the Lady Tigers. Eldon, pick and roll action, a lane to the basket going at Ritchie. And a whistle before as Ritchie got a clean block. And
there you go, Colton, right there.
Did they get Kylie for that, though?
They call it for that?
No, I think, okay, Kylie looks done, too, and I didn't think there was any way. No, they got a grab on the way to the basket. See, as they posted, they're actually going to call that one on Ari Jones. So Eldon maintains possession, down 9-0, 4:14 to go. Nice pass. Corner three up, and the rebound tipped, kept alive. Another attempt from the Lady Mustangs. Shot too strong. Jones pulls this in. So a couple good looks for Eldon. Just wouldn't fall. Ari ahead to Anderson. Brooke going to reset. This is straight man defense from the Lady Mustangs. High post trying to go low. Pass is tipped. Ari able to bring it in. Fires to Brooke at the top of the key. Brooke tries to turn the corner. Ball's knocked loose. And Versailles dives on it. And Coach Moon will burn a timeout. Another Nikki Ragsdale Remax of Sedalia timeout. We'll go ahead and hold it here. So what we're seeing right now is straight man defense from both these squads, and I don't think either team has necessarily played bad defensively.
No, not to this point. No, I think it's just you have a case of a young Eldon squad. You have a Versailles team, which you got a lot of kids that came back, but everything changes with Ritchie coming back. Obviously, the whole dynamics of the team change. It's just two teams out here that are trying to figure it all out.
A little update for you, by the way, in this opening round. The first game of the night was number 2 seed California versus number 7 New Bloomfield. And, well, it was what it was. California defeated New Bloomfield 83-8. Yeah. That's a California squad still looking pretty good. The Tipton ladies, the 1 seed on this side of the bracket, they get the bye. They will play the winner of this Eldon versus Versailles game. I was trying to see if I understand right. That would then technically mean that the loser would, actually, I don't know what happens there. I guess they get a bye. Versailles off the inbounds. Ritchie has it in the corner. Trying to go to the low post. It's stolen. Good play by the Mustang defense. McGay brings it up. Quick ball movement. McGay on the attack, but it's stolen by Anderson. 1-on-1 on the run out. Anderson, a lot of contact, tried to throw it up, draw the foul, but staying upright was Mackenzie Ward. Did a good job not drawing the shooting foul.
Ward did a good job there of just not getting a foul called on her. Just get in front of them. You'll be fine.
What should be noted is your center, your 6'3" center, ran the floor and was there on the fast break. And good hands by Jones as Ward was on the attack, and Ari got just enough of it to knock it off the shin of Ward. Another turnover. Coach Ryan not going to be thrilled with the number of turnovers from his ladies this first quarter. Inbounds to Anderson, looking to trap her, the Lady Mustangs. Skip pass. Another tipped. Ari able to come back and meet it. She drives baseline, picks it up, goes back out. A three lined up and knocked down. Sarah Bland with the three.
Yeah, Eldon kind of lost Sarah there on defense a little bit. She's a pretty good shooter. You got to get a hand in the face.
This is a 12-0 Tiger lead. Oh, going
nice
back door. Great cut, but the shot wouldn't fall. I actually don't know who that is. Number 14 is not on our roster. I feel bad for that. Ari will try a three. Off the back iron, won't go. And they're going to say it was last touched by the Lady Tigers, out of bounds, back to the Mustangs.
Off Dakota Moore there, number 13. Another, I don't know how tall Dakota is, but she's got to be close to 6 foot.
I would say so. I mean, so a lot of size on this Tiger squad.
Yeah, this year there's a lot of size.
And that's the thing. Eldon does not have the height they have in past years. Anderson applying a lot of pressure at half court. It's that young Mustang squad. Good take to the basket, but the eraser Ritchie was waiting on the other end. She swats the shot, and Anderson off to the races.
I like that take by Davis. You know, at some point that's going to be a foul. You're going to get a call there.
You're also not going to play a 6'3" D1 volleyball player every game.
You're not going to always be going against that. But that was a nice take by Caden Davis right there. You know, that will turn into a foul at some point. Right now, if you can just get a second one on Ritchie, she goes to the bench. So,
well, and I'll give credit to Kylie. She came down on the one shot and drew that foul, and immediately Coach Moon was telling her, hey, you got to go straight up. And she stayed straight up since then. And trying to lob over the defense of Dakota Moore. The ball's thrown out of bounds by the Lady Mustangs, back to the Tigers. I both love and hate these games between Eldon and Versailles. It's always fun to see the athletes we know so well. We'll see it with the boys tomorrow. But, of course, we cover both these teams.
Sure.
And, you know, want to see success for both of them. But it's a 12-0 Tiger lead with 2 minutes to go in the Carpenter-Gunther Lumber Company first quarter of action. Anderson breaks press middle of the floor. Ahead to Bench. Bench's shot blocked. Good defense by the Mustang ladies. The blocked shot from Delaney McGay.
Yeah, they've done some good things. They just got to get that ball in the hoop.
I sometimes think, once again with the young squad, seeing that first shot go through is the big difference maker.
Mentally is huge.
Running the point is Pearson. Skip pass to, once again, number 14, who we don't know who it is. I apologize for that. Runner off one leg, won't go. Kept alive, thrown back, and I think that went off a Tiger leg.
Should be Eldon ball, yeah.
Good hustle to just throw it behind and keep the play alive.
Colton, remind me, Eldon, how many games have they played to this point?
Only one. So both teams come in with only one game. The Tigers defeated Tuscumbia as a corner three up for the Mustangs. Won't go. Bench the rebound. Josie wants to push it. Yeah, a win over Tuscumbia for the Tigers, as it's going to be a double dribble for Versailles. On the flip side, Eldon started their season at Cap City and fell to that Cap City squad. I mean, no shame in that. They're always solid. 1:25 to go. 12-0 the Versailles lead. Getting inside, making a little space are the Mustangs. Skip pass, working around the outside is Pearson. She drives, has to pick it up. It goes to 14, who I will learn her name eventually.
Look.
Lob inside, off the glass, and the first points are there for Corinne Davis.
There you go.
Great post work. Ahead to Ritchie. Extra pass quickly the other way. The Tigers answer.
That's Dakota Moore. I looked up. Yeah, that's Dakota.
That high-low action from Ritchie to Moore was beautiful.
Nice job, Dakota.
I'm not positive these are the same Tigers from last year. Travel going to be called on the Lady Mustangs. And once again, if you're listening to this and think, man, this sounds a little biased, it's two very different situations for programs. Versailles right now has a lot of veteran players that have seen time. And this is a young Mustang squad that is, I don't want to say learning by fire, but they're going to. It's a tough schedule in the Tri-County, and I think it's going to be great for them. We know the kind of coach Isaiah Ryan is.
It's the best way to learn, man, is trial by fire.
I promise by the end of the year you won't recognize this Mustang squad. And Versailles just a little too quick pace there as the ball thrown out of bounds. So the Lady Mustangs get another look at this. They trail 14-2 with 44 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Running the point, Mackenzie Ward. 5'4" and a sophomore.
Nice
Caden
look.
Davis trying to lob down low. It's stolen. And Ritchie gets it. Brings it up. Over to Anderson. Pressure knocked loose. Great defense by Ward. Versailles able to maintain, though. 24 seconds to go. Ritchie at the top of the key. Goes high post. Looks for the back cut. Ball's tipped loose. Recovered by Versailles. McGay has played well. It might not be showing up on the scoreboard, but McGay's doing a lot of the little things. Ritchie in that short corner. Skip pass. It's saved by Amanda Vera. 2 seconds. Going to have to hoist one. Anderson flips it up, and it just won't go. Good defense by the Lady Mustangs to end that first quarter. But Versailles leads 14-2 after one. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
Insurance Associates America, your leading agri-insurance agency in Tipton, insuring poultry and swine buildings since 1975. Let them be your trusted choice for your homeowners, auto, farm, life and health, property, casualty, workers' comp, bonds, IRAs, and annuities. Insurance Associates America, friendly professional service. Call Bob Rolls and Sheila Moon, your trusted choice independent insurance agents in Tipton at 660-433-2141. Insurance Associates America, 660-433-2141. Burgers Specialty Foods is proud to be a part of the Tipton tournament, and they'd like to wish all the teams and players the best of luck. Coaches, if you want to get that extra winning edge, start your team's day with Burgers Smokehouse brand award-winning ham, summer sausages, and country bacon. For all you listening on the radio, if you're thinking about a new career, Burgers Specialty Foods is always looking for fun, energetic folks to join their team. Apply in person weekdays 8 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. on Highway 87 in California.
And we are back as we move into the H&R block of Versailles second quarter. And Jason, for the Lady Tigers, you couldn't have asked for a much better start to this game.
Yeah, this is a pretty good start for Versailles. They come out of the gate hot and, got multiple scores, which you like to see. And Eldon, it's there. They just got to get a couple more in the basket, but they've had some good looks.
By the way, my apologies, number 14 we found out is Briley Dial. Anderson, the takes the contact and finishes anyways with the left hand. As I was updating this, thank you, Raylene, by the way, for the information. What was the foul called?
I'm not sure who they called that on. That was on a...
I looked down to write that down, but nonetheless.
I don't know, but I know Mackenzie Ward had a nice take. That girl brings it down hard and was looking inside again to Davis. And
she goes in again, shot too strong off the glass, gets her own board, puts it up and in.
I like that girl. She is.
Ward, you know what she reminds me of?
She's spunky. She's like a little Michael Hardy. Or not Michael Hardy.
Devin Hardy. A blocking foul going to be called the other way, though, as that's going to go against Corinne Davis. That's terrible.
Was that what she was going to say, by the way?
Devin Hardy is a great thing. I was going to say she reminds me of Sydney Halderman.
A little bit, yeah.
Sydney always had that fearless, I'm going to go to the basket if you're there. Well, tough luck.
Just that I don't care about my size versus yours. I'm going to.
Exactly. Corner three, too strong off the front iron, 50-50 ball, and it goes off the leg of Anderson. But once again, I love that. Both players are in a dead sprint. They don't believe in 50-50 balls. It's my basketball. That's
mine or none.
That's fantastic. Those are, I guess, intangibles. I don't think you can necessarily coach into kids. You either have it or you don't.
What grade is that little Ward girl in?
She's just a sophomore.
That's just a sophomore?
That's what I'm saying. You look down this lineup, it is sophomore, freshman, sophomore, senior, freshman, junior.
Oh, mercy. That's what you can build on that. That's the thing about that.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to take some lumps, but you are literally building.
By the way,
a great team.
I'm not a short human being by any stretch of the imagination. I stood next to Coach Ryan interviewing him.
Nice
I felt
job.
tiny. Was that Ward again?
That was Ward taking it to Kylie Rich.
Ward with the floater over the 6'3" center. And a steal on the other end, Delaney McGay. So the Mustangs getting something going here. They've cut the lead to 10. Attacking the other way. Shot too strong. Yeah. Richie the board.
See, I like that. Don't back down. Just keep going.
Flip to the block. Working on the low block, that is Reagan Wilson. Makes some space. Ball tipped on the shot. Rebound fought for. Wilson has it on the floor. Can she get it out? Needs help, and a timeout going to be called by Coach Moon. Once again, that is a remax of Sedalia. Nikki Ragsdale timeout, and we'll go ahead and hold it here again. And this is the H&R block up for sale second quarter, all part of our Martin Metal broadcast. Hey, on the list of things that I forgot over there, Britt, do you by chance see my Celsius? I run solely on caffeine. Don't believe in fruits or vegetables or anything like that.
About.
Yeah, they're terrible for you. Never start them. The winner of this game,
I'm fueled by Dr. Peppers.
hey, as long as it's from a doctor, it's got to be healthy.
It's got to be.
So the winner of this game, as I mentioned, will move on and face Tipton in the next round. So there's that.
There's your lovely parting prize there.
The loser of this
Man.
round gets a bye and will automatically play in the consolation game on Friday due to uneven numbers. On the other side of the bracket, California moves the winner side, and they will face the winner of Boonville and Marshall. So a pretty good bracket. But tomorrow, we'll be here with Versailles and Eldon. That game at 7 o'clock. Also on our sister station, it's Camdenton and Marshall. That game at 5:30. And then South Callaway and Tipton.
Marshall, that's a new entrance. I don't remember them in last year.
Offensive board by Richie. She's fouled on the putback, and she'll shoot two. Yeah, I talked to Coach Culpepper before the game, and he said, yeah, we're always trying to get new teams in. And I say that. Athletic director, Mr. Carvajal, as well, was talking about it. And he's a fun guy. You get a chance to talk to him. He's got some cool stories and cool guys. Richie just about defied gravity with that free throw. She hit a part of the – I don't really know because the spin didn't match what that ball did.
I don't. She don't either.
First free throw good, and the second one matches. So that's just another, thing about Kylie. If you get a girl her size that rebounds that well that can make her free throws, that's a problem. Mustangs trying to continue what has been a solid start offensively. Under trouble, driving though is Ward. Her floater up and good.
She got a nice little shot.
I'll tell you what, Mackenzie Ward's mid-range is solid.
Yes, it is.
Near steal. It is a steal by the Lady Mustangs. Quick hands from Davis. Mid-range jumper won't go. Ari Jones the board. Ari wants to run. Ari always wants to run. Gets to the low block. Nothing there. Needs help. Finds Anderson. Anderson will fire a three off the back iron. Offensive board tip.
Ari
Jones rips it away from a Mustang. Goes to Richie, out to Bland. 18-8, the Lady Tigers lead the Lady Mustangs here with 5:45 to play in the H&R Block of Versailles second quarter. Looking for Anderson on the entry pass, but good defense by Ward as it's tipped out of bounds. Mark my words, Mackenzie Ward is going to be an all-conference kind of player.
She's going to be the next thing, man. You can already tell. Fearless. That little floater right on Kylie a while ago. There's a lot of players won't do that.
Absolutely not. Goodness, a bullet pass to the corner. Three up won't go. Rebound fought for, and somehow Reagan Wilson got that offensive boarding up, fouled on the putback. But even before that, hats off to Bland because Richie threw that thing, and that was a catch-it-or-eat-it pass.
I think Reagan's going to really benefit playing on the other side of the glass for Richie this season. It's going to benefit her tremendously.
As the first free throw is long for Wilson. A substitution as into the game is Katie Davidson.
Katie D.
She played a lot of minutes last year.
Yeah.
Second free throw up and long as well. Tipped, and Richie comes away with the offensive board. She'll throw it out to Ari to reset the offense. Davidson at the top of the key, being pressured by Ward. And they're going to get Ward for a reach-in foul, just a little overzealous. That'll be the fourth team foul on the Mustangs, so anything else will result in free throws here for this quarter.
Oh, that's quick. I didn't realize they already had four.
High post Richie, low post Bland, turnaround jumper. It went halfway down.
I don't know how that's possible.
Tipped and controlled by Davis. She wants to run, gives it to Ward, lines up a three off the iron, won't go.
Nice rebound.
Kept alive by Davis, shooting around Richie, and they're going to get Kylie for the shooting foul. And I know Kylie doesn't like it, but the problem is, well, she may have been. They didn't.
They got number 50. They got Reagan Wilson on that one. Boy, that could have been
Reagan
huge.
get it?
I don't know. I think she may have had a hold of her down low around her waist. It looked like maybe.
Well, nonetheless, great job by Kaden Davis as she hits the first free throw as well.
That could have been huge.
That's one thing. The score doesn't necessarily reflect how these Lady Mustangs are playing right now. They're getting good looks and getting to the rim. The shots just aren't falling. As both free throws fall, that cuts the lead back to 8. I feel like Eldon is learning a little bit offensively as this game goes along.
Sure.
A near steal. Davidson in some trouble. Has to find Richie. And it's tipped out of bounds. Ball back to the Lady Mustangs.
Nice job, Lady Mustangs.
Like I said, these girls are learning.
Well, they're aggressive. For being young, they're aggressive. And if you got that, man, you're all right.
Do you really think an Isaiah Ryan coach team was going to be lazy? Stepping into the mid-range as Ward's shot doesn't go, but I love the confidence and the look Bland breaking the press by herself, but the ball gets hung up. She goes to the floor. She's got it tied up, and a jump ball got to be called. Possession arrow favors the Lady Mustangs. So this is one of those, Eldon, they've got a few looks. If you get 1-3 to fall, suddenly we're looking at a 5-point game.
Yeah, without a doubt. And they've had some good open shots and good open looks. So I got a feeling they got a little run coming at some point. Ward, boy, she just wants the ball. Let's go.
Yeah, Ward, you got to love the way she plays. Pick and roll, goes to the corner.
She plays good without the ball, too.
Henley going to bring it up top. Little weave action as she goes to Davis. Davis uses the pick, lines up a three, nearly banks it in. Ari Jones, another board, and she is fouled and will shoot two. I know we don't keep track of rebounds, but Ari gets a ridiculous amount for her size.
Yeah, she's just there. She's always around the ball. She just got a nose for it. Some kids do.
I think part of it is Ari just has a motor. I have never once seen that girl act like she's tired or anything. She just goes 100 miles per hour.
There's not one thing Ari does well. She just does a lot of things well, and it's just pure energy is what is why she's so successful.
First free throw halfway down, rolls back out. Once again, 18-10 is the Versailles lead over Eldon with 4:34 to play in the H&R block of Versailles second quarter. We are streaming at MoSportsZone.com. I know what you're thinking. Is the lighting a little weird? It is a smidge weird. I'm working on it. Second free throw up and good. Lead increased to 9. A crossover from Ward gets to the free throw line, gives it up to Pearson. She's being pressured, gets to the middle of the floor, goes back to Ward, back to Pearson on the cut. Shot up, and the floater just won't fall. Instead, it's Richie the board. You know, Kylie's pretty good at rebounding too, but it's going to be a turnover. The Lady Mustangs out looking to run. Extra pass around Richie. She contested the shot just enough, though. Tips it and gets her own board. And Richie runs the floor, tucks it. The shot too strong. Rebound fought for. They're going to say last touch by Jones goes to the Lady Mustangs. I keep waiting for Richie to just dunk one of these on the fast break.
She had her tongue out like Michael Jordan in 1989 coming down the court.
She's having fun is the thing. You can see her like laughing on half of these. It's just weird seeing a 6'3" point guard.
Unless you're the Showtime Lakers, I guess.
That's the truth.
Nice move.
Good defense, but they're going to get Jones for the foul on the shot, and you got to love the take there. By Delaney McGay going strong to the... Oh, I thought they were going to call it on the shot. They'll call it on the floor, but still, I like the aggressiveness Delaney McGay showed us.
Ari needs to be careful right now, too. That's 2 on her.
I mean this in a nice way. I saw Ari foul out of several games last year. It is definitely on the table. When you play that aggressive, there's always a chance.
It's going to happen.
Eldon the inbounds. They run a little America trying to set up the corner three, but it's taken away by Richie. Ward at the top of the key. Fires it to the low post. Shot won't go too strong off the glass for Henley. Board. Who else but Ari Jones?
Those shots are there.
Ari going to reset the offense. 3:25 to play, 19-10. 3 lined up for Davidson. Off the front iron, just wouldn't go. Another board for Delaney McGay. Mustangs trying to run down the floor. They get Ward ahead. Shot up, counter, and a foul. Strong take Mackenzie Ward after a great pass from Delaney McGay.
She's kind of been the spark of the second quarter. That's her 8th point. 9th point if she makes this.
And I understand. I know the scoring is going to Ward, and Ward is playing phenomenal as the free throw is up and good as well. And I'm not trying to take anything away from Mackenzie Ward, but Delaney McGay is doing the dirty work right now.
Yes, she is.
Anderson fires ahead. McGay actually tipped the pass, or it would have been an easy lay-in. Worked around. Richie dials up a 3 off the back iron. Davidson the rebound. Turnaround jumper. It's short, and the board pulled in by who else but Delaney McGay.
She's working.
Ward racing ahead. She wants to go to the basket. Forces the shot up. It won't go too strong. Tie up on the board.
Nice job.
Winds up in the hands of Ward. She gives it up. Free throw line jumper. It's short. Tipped around and hauled in by Davidson. Katie going to push it up the left side. Tries to fire it to Richie. A crowd there. It's tipped back to Davidson. Anderson. Beautiful bounce pass underneath, but the layup won't go. Offensive board kept alive. Shot won't fall, and the ball stays with the Lady Tigers. I think sometimes both of these squads get a little faster than they're comfortable.
Sometimes the shot is just too open.
That is a real thing. Anderson to inbound. Finds Ari in the corner. Up top to Davidson. They're running a little America of their own. Anderson left open from 3, and she gets it. Brooke Anderson, she had 18 against Tuscumbia. This girl can play some ball.
She can shoot a little bit. Nice look.
And good look. Shot won't fall, but the offensive board kept alive and put in by Corinne Davis. 22-15. It's a 7-point game with 2:04 to play. And a steal by Delaney McGay. If it sounds like I'm saying her name a lot, it's because I am. She is active, but so is Ari Jones with the steal. Gets fouled, no whistle. Gets the ball to Anderson. It's on the floor. A tie-up. Jump ball going to be called. Possession arrow favors the Tigers.
You got to love it.
These are two gritty teams that, I understand they're both going to play that Tri-County schedule. They're going to see some really good teams this year. But if you're a finesse team, this is the team you don't want to play.
I think this looks like two teams that both have something they want to prove. Because one has lost a lot, and the other is just kind of a new, like Versailles, it's just veterans or new kids. Nothing in between. But Eldon, they want to prove something too. So
Bland, nice little pick and roll game, and I think Sarah Hatter, that was a great screen set by Dakota Moore. And I think over time they'll learn that's there. Shot blocked by Delaney McGay. Recovered by Dial. Racing the other way. Great pass ahead. Corinne Davis gets the lay-in, and don't look now. We got a 5-point game. A steal. Ball loose. Saved out of bounds. Goodness.
Into the trash can over by the bleachers. Love it.
This is not for the faint of heart. That was Bree Belton.
Effort. It's just out of bounds.
She's going to have a bruise all up her side tomorrow. She threw her entire body into the front row, nearly took out the trash can. 1:18 to play. 22-17 is the lead. Is it a steal? It's tipped. It's loose. It's out of bounds, and it stays with the Tigers. As once again, that was Briley Dial with the pressure.
This Mustang pressure, it's working the Tigers over a little bit.
I don't know how tall Dial is, but, she's kind of got that tall, lanky build.
Got a tall, athletic build.
Yeah, she very well may be, 5'10", 6 foot in her own right. I didn't realize that till now. It's a head stripped, loose, picked up by Ward. Ward wants to run. Right hand, she's fouled. Shot won't go, but she'll shoot too.
Yeah, I really like Ward. I like watching her play. She's going to be all right, man.
Richie got a breather, but she's going to check back in, so will Ari Jones. Coach Moon giving some last-minute advice to Ari. I believe he's saying, hey, please don't foul anymore. First free throw, rattles. That's the first missed free throw we've seen from Ward in this game.
Yeah.
That's another excellent quality. When you're fearless and will go to the iron the way that Mackenzie Ward will, but also you can hit your free throws, that's a problem. Second free throw coming up. And it misses as well. Richie there for the board. She's had a solid rebounding first half. Ahead to Anderson as we hit 1 minute to play. Pass is tipped by McGay. Anderson recovers it, though. Gives it to Richie.
McGay's got a lot of those.
McGay is active. Anderson to Bland. At the short corner, goes back to Brooke. Trying to get it into Richie, but it's tipped by Ward and stolen by McGay. McGay brings it up, hits the crossover, goes to Ward, sets the screen. Ward gets to the free throw line. Contested floater goes halfway down.
Wow.
And a strong rebound pulled in by Dakota Moore. She is fouled and will get 2 free throws. Both these teams in the bonus. So Dakota Moore going to go to the line. 35 seconds left in this first half of action here in the H&R block of Versailles' second quarter. First free throw just falls off the left side.
Tell you what, if you look at the Bradley Dial standing next to Richie, she's only a couple inches shorter, so she does got some good height.
That's what I'm saying. Second free throw won't go. The ball will go to the Lady Mustangs. So Eldon has cut this lead down to 5. 34 seconds left. They could make this a one-possession game with a bucket here going into the half. Working the ball around the top of the key, it is Dial against Richie. Fun matchup there. Ward spins the free throw line. Goes down low. Shot off the glass won't go. Offensive board. Dial just got hung up on the rim. It's loose. Dial comes up with it. She's trapped, kicks it out to Ward, and Ward is fouled and will shoot 2 free throws with 13 seconds left.
Looks like it's going to be on Brooke Anderson. That'll be her third.
So a couple Tigers in a little bit of foul trouble right here. Ward back to the free throw line. Her first free throw falls off the left side. So Ward had been absolute nails from the line, but she's missed her last 3. A second free throw here for Mackenzie Ward. Off front iron won't go, and a good rebound by Ritchie. 10 seconds left. Ball ahead to Anderson. And she's going to be called for the travel. So this Mustang defense has really picked it up.
Yeah.
As I believe they've held Versailles to just 4 points in the second quarter.
Yeah, their pressure's been, I think, the difference in this quarter. Versailles just doesn't look as comfortable.
So 5.8 to go. Eldon will inbound their own sideline. Or, well, both teams' sideline, I should say. Inbounder is Davis. Trying to find Ward. It's stolen by Anderson. Thrown back to Bland. 2 seconds left. She's going to have to hoist it. I don't know if she sees the clock. And they tried to find the shot they want, but couldn't get it off in time. So we've played one half of basketball. Versailles leads Eldon 22-17. Halftime show coming up. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
Timberline Real Estate Team, powered by Real Broker LLC, is there 24/7 to assist you with your home buying and selling needs from start to finish. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, they're dedicated to providing personalized and professional service every step of the way. From house to home and listing to sold, Timberline Real Estate is your real estate team. Call Tricia today at 573-690-2302 or Chris at 573-821-3988.
Hi, I'm Brandon, and welcome to Gladstone Cove Boat Trailer Sales. Do you need a trailer to get your boat out of the water? Maybe just a replacement trailer. Or considering selling your boat and you know a trailer will help get it done. We carry 11 lines of high-quality boat trailers, and if we don't have what you need, we also build our very own line of custom aluminum boat trailers. Thanks to everyone that's been by or just heard of us and gave us a referral. From my family to yours, we can't thank you enough.
The Tipton Latham Bank is a locally owned and operated, full-service, independent community bank, serving the area since 1906. The Tipton Latham Bank, N.A. is an equal housing lender and a member FDIC. The Tipton Latham Bank is a proud supporter of local high school athletics. Stop by the Tipton or Latham branch or visit TiptonLathamBank.com.
Ozark Regional Insurance, an independent insurance agency, combines friendly customer service with quality insurance products, including home, auto, life, health, business, farm, and recreational vehicle insurance. Owned by Phil Hilty, Ozark Regional Insurance services the Lake and Central Missouri. For a quote, visit them in Tipton at 309 U.S. Highway 50 West or call 660-433-0108. And Megan Randall, manager in Versailles at 609 West Newton or call 378-6081.
We're back with the Hy-Vee halftime show. Versailles leads Eldon 22-17, but Jason, I could make the case that each team won a quarter in the first half.
Yeah, without a doubt. Versailles came out strong, but Eldon answered that second quarter, and game's close. I think you got two teams trying to figure out who they still are. Versailles played a Tuscumbia team that they were by far superior to, and I don't know what the score is. You know, the Eldon playing Cap City. Cap City's a pretty big school for a new young Eldon squad like this to play. So this is kind of like game one in my mind for these two teams. Playing each other, somebody they're both familiar with. Been an entertaining first half so far by both teams. A lot of good things.
Yeah, I really liked the Mustang defense in the second quarter. They applied a lot of pressure for some turnovers.
Press is solid.
I really loved the rebounding from the Versailles ladies. Of course, you know Kylie Ritchie's going to pull them in. I mean, she's 6'3" and can jump out of the gym. But it really wasn't just Ritchie. I liked a lot of Ari Jones getting there and mixing it up on the board. Sarah Bland had some. And in the same breath for the Eldon Mustangs, there wasn't much that Delaney McGay did not do in that first half.
There's a lot of things that doesn't go in the stat book for what she did. She did a lot of great. You know, she doesn't have any points in that first half, but we've talked about her literally the whole first half for everything she's done.
Yeah,
she has found ways to contribute to this game that the score, other than the scoring column. So I can kind of see a nice little 1-2 with her and Ward developing for this young lady Mustang team.
I have no doubt about that. And Ward, I mean, that girl, the definition of fearless. when you're willing to go at the shot blocker, you got your shot blocked a couple times, and instead of being like, all right, I'm not going to go in the paint again, your mindset shifts to, I'm going right back at her, but I'm going to change my shot.
Yeah.
That's just heads-up play.
That floater was a signature moment, it seemed like, right there.
Yes.
Just the look on her face. She took it. She didn't care. Floated it right in her face. That's pretty tough, man.
One of my favorite stories was, I forget if it was the 2000 playoffs, 2001, somewhere in there. The Lakers played the Rockets in the playoffs. While they won the series, Kobe went for a layup early on or whatever, and when he went to put it up, it got swatted by Yao Ming. And he said, man, it made me so mad that all I could think about after that game was I've got to find a way to be able to score on him inside. And he talked about, he's like, I spent so many nights in that gym just working on that floater.
Sure.
He's like, the next time I saw Yao, I went right at him and tossed that thing just up over that 7'4" frame and said it was great to see one that he couldn't get to.
Yeah.
And I feel like Ward just did that on the fly out there. She's like, all right, you got my last 2 layup attempts. Let's see if you can get 8 foot in the air and get this thing, or 9 foot in the air and go grab it. So
That would have to be about a 13-foot floater, wouldn't it?
at least, easily. So it's, by the way, I love, as we're in this Tipton gym, if you look up on the backboards, you can see the shot clocks already mounted. Coming up.
Oh, yes. I didn't even notice that. Yeah.
Yeah. Coming up in January, there is going to be a 2-day shootout hosted here in Tipton that's going to feature multiple Division I athletes. Of course, we'll see teams like Tipton, Max Creek, California,
Oh, baby.
all going to be a part of it. But Misha this year has allowed the use of shot clocks in certain regular season tournaments and shootouts and specialized events. So Tipton going to take advantage of that. It'll be a Friday, Saturday tournament, or shootout, excuse me. Really hoping to be up here because, don't get me wrong, some of the teams we cover, I don't think the Tipton ladies really care about a shot clock. Their question is going to be, what do we do with the other 20 seconds of it?
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think it's cool. But really looking forward to seeing the rest of this tournament because, as I mentioned, winner of this game between Versailles and Eldon moves on to face the Tipton ladies in the second round. The Tipton ladies were the number 1 seed in this tournament, reasonably so, as they ended last season number 2 in the state of Missouri and definitely have state title aspirations again this year. If you, mercy clock a couple Class 5 schools, you get that reputation.
Yeah.
By the way, they made a game adjustment on Tuesday, the Tipton ladies. They wanted to play a smaller school. So they're playing Helias on Tuesday.
Not bad. Not bad. Just pick them out of your hat right there.
And then Hickman on Thursday. So, if just some little schools. But nonetheless, winner of this game is Tipton. And the loser of this game gets the bye in the consolation bracket and moves automatically to the consolation game that'll be played Friday. That game will be at 5:30. We'll have coverage of that one. Tomorrow, the boys bracket gets underway. So Jason and I are going to be busy tomorrow because tomorrow at 5:30, Camdenton squares off with Marshall. We will have that game at MoSportsZone.com, but also on our sister station, Mix 92.7. What are you pointing at? Oh, okay. Then after the Camdenton-Marshall game, I'm sorry, Britt's weird. The second game at 7 o'clock, it's Versailles and Eldon boys. What are the odds we start this tournament with Versailles and Eldon girls and boys?
Well, that's a great thing, man. Get to talk about all our hometowners.
Absolutely. And we saw Eldon was that Thursday or Friday? I think Thursday.
Tuesday.
No, wait, Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Man, the Thanksgiving break threw me off.
Yeah.
And I think we could both agree. The defense from those Eldon boys, that's something.
Yeah. I was talking to my son about them. I said, Eldon's a real problem. The way they play defense. And, that Grove team they played is a pretty solid basketball program, too.
100%. And on the flip side, the Versailles boys, they had to start their season off with the Fatima Comets, who, if you're not familiar with Fatima, they're top 10 in the state every single year.
Just great athletes come out of that town.
100%. A phenomenal program. That's boys and girls side for them. So those two will face off. We'll have coverage of that game, of course. That game, actually, will not be on the radio. So our only game on the radio will be Camdenton and Marshall. That'll be on Mix 92.7. Versailles and Eldon will be at MoSportsZone.com. Mizzou plays tomorrow night, so they kind of override us on that. We'll follow up Versailles and Eldon with South Callaway at Tipton. And the Tipton boys, that's one of those situations where you're happy and you're sad at the same time. Coach Reeves, I know, wanted nothing more than to see his football boys win a state championship. But in the same breath, he's like, listen, I had 6 guys going to play in the Tipton tournament if I didn't have football boys.
You think he gave him any time off?
Yeah, he said you get the car ride home to rest up.
Yeah, see you in the morning.
That's
we got 2 a days.
Oh, man. And I'm looking forward to it, which, by the way, nothing but love to those Tipton boys as I made the drive on Saturday to Penny, which is in Hamilton, Missouri. I found out once I got there that's where the founder of J.C. Penney is from.
That's who it's named after, J.C. Penney.
I did not realize that, and I will say Mother Nature had an impact in the game. I'm not trying to take anything away from Penny, but it was 26 degrees. It was a frozen turf, and you could tell the whole first half neither team had much touch on that football. Between the fumbles, Tipton struggled to complete some passes. But, Jason, I tell you what, at the end of the first half, Tipton got the ball back with 20 seconds left on the 47-yard line of Penny. They hit Lucas Cashman on the 1-yard line, and Penny's clock operator stopped the clock for a second with 0.3 left, then tried to run it out. The refs saw it. We saw it. They made Penny come back on the field after they had went to the locker room. And with 0.3 left on the clock, Tipton ran a play to get into the end zone before they have cut it to 5. But after that, it was a battle back and forth. And give Penny their credit. They stopped Tipton at one point on the 3-yard line, and then a pick six kind of sealed the game. But it was a great season for those Tipton boys. I mean, nothing but pride just to make it to the final.
Yeah. I just like seeing Tipton get their football program back to where it rightfully should be from all the Brady years. You know, they had such great football here for so many years, and that 6 or 7 years straight, no regular season losses streak that they had. It's nice to see Coach Duke bringing the Cardinals back to where they should be.
100%. Oh, that's
I think next year, I think you better watch out for them next year.
Hey, Britt, get in my bag and find a laptop charger. I never plugged this thing in. That's about my luck. It was a hurried process getting in here today. All right, we are underway. Ward with the attack. Right side, she's fouled from behind. I think they're going to get Anderson with the foul.
That'll be 4 on Brooke.
You had Spencer go in. You had Spencer coming out. Sorry about that. We are learning on the fly here. So that'll send Ward to the line. She has been aggressive. Her first free throw up and good. So she breaks that streak. She had missed a few. 22-18, lead down to 4. Second free throw up and good as well. So don't look now. But we've got ourselves a one-possession game.
I'm really surprised Coach Moon doesn't have somebody going to report in for Brooke Anderson right now.
A lot of pressure from these Lady Mustangs. Versailles with the ball. Ari over to Brooke. Brooke gets to the middle of the floor, gives it up to Bland. She's under pressure, uses the screen set by Wilson, but a tie-up forced.
Eldon defense, man, coming strong.
I'm telling you what, these Lady Mustangs are absolutely getting after it right now. Jump ball is called. The possession arrow will favor the Tigers. Firing low to Ritchie. One dribble, strong take. She got that back post, and once she got the ball, it was over.
She got her body on her, and she posted that thing up.
3 the other way, though. What an answer. Big basket knocked down by Kaiten Davis. 2-point game and a steal now by the Lady Mustangs. Was that McGay?
That made it.
Well, they got the steal. An offensive board after the 3 wouldn't fall. Corinne Davis, and she's going to go to the line with a chance to tie this ball game.
Yeah, that was Delaney on that steal.
At this point, if there's a big play made, I just assume it's Delaney McGay. So 24-22 with 7 minutes to play as we have moved into the American Sun Control third quarter of action. First free throw up and good.
Yeah, that's a ball game now.
This game is great for both of these teams as the second free throw falls as well. We are all knotted up at 24 apiece. Tigers have led by as much as 10, but Eldon is right back in this thing. Breaking the press ahead to Ritchie. Extra pass. Great hands. Kicked out. Anderson lines up a 3. It's just short. Good ball movement, though. McGay keeps it alive and a
smart play.
Heads-up play to throw it off of Bland.
Nice job, young lady.
Quick ball movement. I do think in time, that's one that Reagan Wilson had a look underneath and kicked it out to Anderson. And I wonder if that's something she's going to learn as the season goes along. Hey, I can just take that up.
Just take that up.
Mackenzie Ward races into the front court. Anderson chases after. Ward stops and pops at the free throw line off the back iron. Won't go. Ritchie, oof. Ritchie. That just summed up Kylie Ritchie perfectly. Yeah. As Henley lost her balance, went into the back of the knees of Ritchie. Some players would be mad you got clipped in the back of the knee. Ritchie came up to check on Henley as she was laughing.
I think she said she was even sorry.
Near travel, but instead of turnover, McGay with another steal. Pass ahead to Ward. Her layup up and in, and the Mustangs have their first lead of the game. Winner moves on to the winner's side of the bracket. Will face Tipton. Breaking the press, middle of the floor is Richie. Long strides, goes to the hoop through the contact. Shot just rolls off the iron. Great take from Richie, just couldn't finish. Henley with the board. Ahead to McGay. The corner is Ward. She's got Anderson on her. Oh, a nice pass fake, drives baseline, but great defense played by Sarah Bland. Anderson ahead to Bland, trying to fire low. Out to Ari. Ari to Brooke. Over to Ari again. Straight man defense from both these squads. Wilson sets the screen. Ari steps into the mid-range jumper off the iron. Won't go. Richie keeps it alive. Into Jones. Jones steps into it. Her floater up and good.
Nice job.
We're knotted up at 26 apiece. This is a great game we're being treated to this afternoon.
Both of them came out fired up.
A steal from Richie. Richie running the floor. Ward back on defense. Contact. Shot won't go. Richie tips her own miss to Ari. Her shot won't go. Offensive board. Richie put up and in.
Doesn't even look fair. She's so tall.
28-26. Versailles regains the lead.
I bet you Eldon's got an answer.
I bet it's going to involve
There
Ward.
it is.
High post action. Hits Ward on the cut. Her floater up over Richie and drops.
You can see that little 1-2 punch developing with them, too.
A beautiful move, and a timeout going to be called. A Remax of Sedalia. Nikki Ragsdale timeout. Man, I love that high-low action. We'll take the break. We're knotted at 28 apiece with 5 minutes to go. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
Nikki Ragsdale with RE/MAX of Sedalia has the experience and local expertise to assist in all your real estate transactions. From Sedalia to Tipton, even the lake and other surrounding areas, she's a leading agent in this market who knows what to expect and how to deliver. If you're ready to buy or sell, call your real estate expert, Nikki Ragsdale with RE/MAX of Sedalia at 660-620-7777 or call the office at 660-826-9911 and ask for Nikki. She's the key to your home buying and selling needs.
Back in the American Sun Control third quarter, knotted up at 28 apiece. And Jason, what did you just tell me?
Versailles, they've only scored 5 field goals since the end of the first quarter. And I know the game's close, but it kind of just shows you what this Eldon Lady Mustang pressure and defense has been doing to them.
This has been a major switch flipping by Eldon. The first quarter, I mean, call it what it is. The Lady Mustangs looked lost. Boy, they figured it out defensively. 28 apiece, and the pass just a little too hot to handle as they were looking for Vera on the cut, but it goes out of bounds. Back to the Lady Mustangs.
If I'm Eldon, I'm going after Brooke Anderson with her 4 fouls, trying to get her out of here.
Instead, the short corner jumper won't go, but the offensive board and put back good for Briley Dial.
Nice job.
Mustangs regain the lead 30-28. Anderson the crossover. Pass ahead to Jones. Jones fires a rocket down low to Wilson. Contact, no call. Rebound fought for and controlled by, Carly Wood. I like that the officials are letting them be physical here.
Yeah.
A nice pass down low. The shot contested out of bounds. They'll say last touch by Eldon. (30-28). Eldon leads. Versailles with the ball. Eldon puts that 2-2-1 press back in.
It's been pretty successful so far.
Ooh, Vera had a little trouble with it, and she gets fouled by Ward. That's the second foul on Mackenzie Ward.
It was a third, but looks like only 2.
It's lobbed into Vera. Vera with a head of steam gets the middle of the floor. She wants to go all the way. Euro takes the contact, but they're going to say good defense played by the Mustangs. I think the key is there the player did not slide on that Euro. If he'd have slid in her way and got hip checked, that's a foul every time, but instead it's going to be a travel. Ball back to the Mustangs. 4 minutes to play in the American Sun Control third quarter, and it's anyone's game. Ward steps into a 3, shot too strong. Offensive board kept alive.
Getting after it down there.
That's Davis with the offensive board. It's tied up. Possession arrow favors the Mustangs. I think every girl that's played in this game is going to have bruises afterwards. This is crazy. It's lobbed to the top of the key, nearly stolen by Anderson. It's tipped to Vera. but it's re-stolen by Wood. Ahead, Ward, step back, mid-range, it's too strong. Board hauled in by Wilson. She's being pressured, and it forces a travel.
That Eldon defense, man, it gets you.
I mean, that is the beauty of the game of basketball. Your offense doesn't have to be phenomenal. I mean, no offense to either of these teams, but neither of these teams are going to drop 90 on you.
Yeah.
If your defense is that good, it's going to put you in every ball game you play.
That's what we saw with the Eldon boys the other night.
100%. Little America action here from Eldon off the inbound. Sets up a corner three. It's money. Caden Davis with a big three and the biggest lead of the night for the Mustangs at 5. They steal the inbounds pass. Kept alive. Ward has it underneath. It's blocked by Ritchie. Anderson has it. A race to the basket. Anderson right hand through the contact. Shot won't go, but she'll shoot two. You knew at half court when it was Dial versus Anderson, either a bucket's going in or someone's getting fouled.
Yeah.
And frankly, I don't think Brooke cared about the contact at all.
No, I'm just really surprised. Brooke has literally played this whole quarter with 4 fouls. She picked up her 4th right when we came out at halftime.
Well, she knocks down the first free throw to cut the lead to 4.
It shows you how much faith Coach Boone's got in his guard to keep her out there this whole time.
McGay will check in for Carly Wood, by the way. Wood has played phenomenal. Anderson's second free throw up and money as well. No, you're absolutely right. To be able to have that kind of faith.
She's the best one they have at bringing the ball down the floor. So,
well, and I love, if you watch her on defense, she bounces.
Yeah.
It's like she doesn't want to sit still. Great two-man game. Gets the ball inside to Davis. It's tipped loose. Ball still on the floor. Anderson chases after it, but her momentum carried her out of bounds. And
Ari just being Ari over there.
Yeah, Dial and Jones gets out. Oh, they're going to say it went off of Eldon. So the Tigers, Tigers with possession down by 3. 33-30 with 3:03 to go in the American Sun control. Third quarter of action. Ball's tipped. Diving on it is Vera. And a heads-up play by Coach Moon as he didn't want to see a turnover, so he'll burn the timeout. Tigers maintain possession. 2:56 to go in the third. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
At HBS, they believe in realizing potential. And that's why they help organizations put the right technology solutions in place to operate at their best, from data centers and applications to connected classrooms, AI, and cybersecurity. And it's also why HBS proudly supports our area's students, educators, and athletic programs, because they believe in realizing potential and are committed to helping local students realize theirs on and off the courts. HBS is proud to support this year's Tipton tournament. Learn more at hbs.net.
Since 1882, the Bank of Versailles has been locally owned and operated. Lending decisions are made right here in our community by people who understand real estate in the area. The Bank of Versailles is your local home and farm loan specialist, offering knowledgeable staff and competitive fixed rates that are hard to beat. The Bank of Versailles, building relationships with the people in our local community for 142 years. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
2:56 to play in the American Sun Control third quarter, and this game has been an absolute battle. Eldon leads Versailles 33-30. Winner moves on to play Tipton in the semifinals of this Tipton tournament. The loser of this game will play in the consolation game on Friday as they'll get a bye in the second round. 2-2-1 full court pressure, nearly stolen by Ward. Davidson able to keep it alive, finds Ritchie. Ritchie will bring it up, tries to flip it ahead to Bench. She does so. Bench under pressure, goes to the corner, gives it up to Wilson. Wilson under pressure, out to Josie. Josie lines up a three off the iron. Ritchie soaring for a board. Tries to get it low to Wilson, but great defense by guess who? Delaney McGay. Eldon ahead, getting inside. Extra pass. Beautiful feed, beautiful finish. Was that Carly Wood? No, excuse me. I just saw the 5 there. That was Caden Davis with the feed.
Davis is having a heck of a game, too.
And that pressure causing problems. Davidson has it, and a jump ball going to be called. Possession arrow will still favor the Tigers. So
all these Eldon girls are chipping in, though, right now, man.
Now, it's phenomenal to see the way Eldon playing defense right now.
They're playing just good team defense.
Davidson will bring it up the floor, working against Ward. Gets it across half court. Goes over to the top of the key to Vera. Makes some space inside to Davidson attacking. Ball's knocked loose, and they'll say it was last touched by the Tigers. Yeah, Versailles looks a little out of sorts with this pressure.
Yeah, they need to just get the ball. They need to get Kylie set up lob her one because nobody's going to go up there where Kylie can go.
Pick and roll, just not set, though, was Briley Dial as she was coming up to screen for Mackenzie Ward, who had a head of steam.
Seen that call a lot this year.
Yeah, I kind of think that's definitely something the officials are really looking for. Davidson just throws it high to Ritchie underneath to Vera. Her shot altered just a bit, goes off the iron, but she gets the board. Out to Ritchie for three, nearly banked in. Board to Dial, tipped around, and finally controlled by Ashlyn Hill. Ward skips it to the corner. A skip pass inside the Dial. It's knocked loose. Last touch by the Tigers. Caden Davis, she's got a quick first step.
Yeah. She's a tough kid, man.
1:30 to play in the American Sun Control third quarter of action, 35-30. Ball inside to Delaney McGay, and she is fouled. We're going to get Josie Bench, I believe, on the reach.
The new Lady Mustang, I believe, Bree Belton coming in.
Belton going to check in for Briley Dial. On the inbounds corner, lined up, trying to set up a three for McGay, but a good job taking it away was Ritchie. Ball knocked out of bounds, but last touched by the Tigers. So Eldon with a 5-point lead and possession, and a big substitution coming here from the Tigers as Coach Moon will send Ari Jones, Brooke Anderson, and Sarah Bland all back into the game. Still come in for Vera, Davidson, and Bench. Eldon going to work around the outside, looking for the corner three. It's set up, goes off the front iron. Offensive board kept alive, though. Now Ward will try her hand at a three off the front iron. Ritchie with the board. Ahead, Versailles has numbers on the fast break. Anderson gives it up to Bland. Pass was a little behind her, and Sarah had to reset. Top of the key, tried to go low to Ritchie, but Eldon was waiting on it. It's picked off by Hill. On the run out, ball's lost. Picked back up, shot forced up. I don't know how they found room to get it in, but Caden Davis with the lay-in.
That's her 8th point in this quarter.
And Anderson splits through three defenders and gets to the rim. She's fouled, will shoot two. I don't know Brooke at all, but I swear she plays better, Mad.
Yeah, she's I'll tell you what, you can see a lot of improvement with Brooke this year. Just her ball handling, the way she handles the ball and brings it down the court, looks to me.
First free throw up and good.
And free throws, she is spotless on so far.
37-31, Eldon leads by 6. Versailles had a double-digit lead in the first quarter, but Eldon has clawed their way back, taking over this ball game. And Brooks' second free throw rattles, won't go. Ritchie fighting to keep it alive. She does so. But she was the last to touch it as it goes out of bounds. Mustangs keep possession. You love the hustle from Kylie, though.
Yeah, you like to see your bigs hitting the floor like that.
43 seconds to play. Mustangs with a 6-point lead and possession. Ward. Oh, beautiful backdoor cut to McGay. Nice. And Ward found her. She floats the shot up and won't go, but she is fouled and will shoot two. That is great movement without the basketball by Delaney McGay. Delaney's first free throw rattles and pops. Has Delaney scored this game?
She has not scored yet. She's done everything except that.
I would love to see her stat line on the night. It's like 6 steals and
she got like
7 boards.
Quintuple, double, or whatever.
Well, without points,
scoring.
Though. But if you're Coach Ryan, that's the kind of player you love to have on your team.
Yeah.
Second free throw, off the back iron, won't go. And a rebound hauled in by Dakota Moore, but a jump ball forced. The possession will stay with the Lady Mustangs. 32.9 to go in the American Sun Control third quarter. Versailles switches to a 2-3.
Nice job.
Cutting down the middle. The shot won't go. And the offensive board put up, blocked by Ritchie on the floor. Ari's down there. A tie-up and another jump ball going to be called.
Feathers are flying, man.
But once again, having that eraser on the backside and Kylie Ritchie, as she just high points that thing and sent it back.
Yeah.
And because she knows Ari's going to dive after anything.
That's the thing about a volleyball player. They know how to go straight up at the net, so she's not going to swing at it.
She also breaks the press, fires a rocket ahead that's laid in. Great catch and finish on the fast break for Dakota Moore. Eldon looking to answer. 7 seconds to go. Low block, looking for the back action. Ritchie's got it off the steal. Only 1 second left. No time to get a shot off as it's tipped out of bounds. A late flurry, and we've got a 4-point game after 3 quarters of action. Eldon leads Versailles 37-33. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
Tipton One Stop is your ultimate convenience store destination on Highway 50 west in Tipton. Stop by for your favorite snacks, refreshing drinks, and a fresh meal from the in-store Subway restaurant. Plus, fill up your vehicle with quality Synex fuel. Tipton One Stop has the cleanest restrooms in town. Don't believe us? Find out for yourself. Tipton One Stop, open daily until 11:30. Proud supporters of Cardinal Athletics. Tipton One Stop, where convenience meets quality on Highway 50 west in Tipton.
Hi, I'm Jason Blankenship, owner of Jason Blankenship CPA LLC. As the year quickly draws to a close, it's time to start thinking about tax planning strategies for your farm and business. We are happy to meet with you and help you see where things stand for the year. We can also give you advice on ways to spend money to help you grow your business, all while maximizing your tax savings. No matter what your tax, payroll, or accounting needs are, Jason Blankenship CPA LLC has got you covered. Celebrating 10 years of service to the Central Missouri area and looking forward to many more. Give us a call at 573-557-2417 or stop by and see us at 401 East North Street in Eldon.
We've got 1 quarter left as we move into the Jason Blankenship CPA fourth quarter of action. Eldon has came back in this game, taken the lead by 4. It is 37-33. This is a low-scoring, gritty game. I love it. Neither of these teams willing to give an inch right now. First possession with the Lady Mustangs. McGay, who has done everything but score in this game. I mean that literal. Steals, rebounds, assists. She's got them all. Beautiful feed on the back cut to Ward, who floats it over Ritchie. Like I said, assists. She's got it all. Delaney led her perfect.
Yeah, I would love to see her stat line. I'm telling you, her and Ward's got a little thing working, man. They've got a little something here.
Oh, it's impressive to see the two-man game in action for sure. 7:37 to go off the jump ball. It's going to stay, or excuse me, a foul was called. Reach-in foul on the Lady Mustangs. Versailles with the ball down by 6. Anderson on the point, being harassed by Ward. Straight man defense. Jones trying to feed Ritchie with the post up on the back, but the ball was tipped and stolen by the Lady Mustangs. Ward only knows one speed, and it's real fast. Gets it to the block, and Kylie sends it back. Versailles looking to run, and the pass just too far ahead, leading Anderson. Otherwise, that may have been a lay-in for the Tigers. This Eldon defense is just something else right now. A little two-man game, high post action. Ball's kicked out to Davis. Davis gets inside. Oh, that was a pass inside to Davis. I thought it was a shot.
Nice job.
What a feed from Lily Henley as she got inside, flipped it to Davis, who laid it in. And it's a 8-point game, 41-33. Bland to Ritchie. Ritchie at the top of the key, left alone. She'll line up a 3. It won't go. Ball on the floor. So is Ari Jones. She gets it.
Yes,
that should be a travel.
Yeah, you can't get up with it, girl.
Yeah. Ari did a good job getting after it, but you can't stand up after you get it. Ari, I think, took a little stinger going down for that one. I don't think it'll bother her for long.
No, she'll be all right.
And Anderson harassing Ward, finally able to get the ball in. Ward, though, able to break this press by herself. Gets it to the low block, shot flipped up, rolls around the iron, won't fall, tipped out of bounds. They'll say last touch by the Mustangs.
Nice job by Ward just going through the Tiger defense.
Well, and a good job by Davis moving in space to know, hey, with that head of steam, Ward's going to find me if I'm open.
Slide over, find the open spot.
Ritchie, inbounds to Bland. Bland gets it back to Ritchie. Ritchie. Well, they're going to say one too many steps, so another turnover. I just think right now this speed is giving the Tigers fits.
Yes, it is.
Remind you, the winner of this game moves on in the championship bracket to face off with Tipton.
Pick what 1,000-point scorer you want to guard in that game.
Yeah, there's a couple of them. And the shot too strong for the Lady Mustangs. Richie has it, but it's stolen by Ward. Ward to the rim. Shot won't go. Offensive board put up and in. That's been the back-and-forth battle, Richie versus Ward. And give Ward her props. The sophomore has not backed down from the 6'3" senior. Bland, I don't know what that was, but I do know it was a travel in the end.
Eldon defense, man, once again, coming strong.
It feels like there's 7 of them out there. I promise there's only 5 players, but, man, they are all over the place. So Eldon with the rock, 6 minutes to go here in the Jason Blankenship CPA fourth quarter, all part of our Martin Metal broadcast. Little weave action. Stepping through, and yeah, Caden Davis was looking for a back cut, tried to hold that pivot foot, but the momentum was just a little too much.
Davis has had a great night tonight, too.
She has. These Mustangs, I'm telling you, they're going to get better and better, but they've got some talent on this squad.
Yes, they do.
A tie-up ball knocked loose. Last touch by the Tigers.
Guess who?
I would love to know the amount of turnovers the Mustangs have forced in this game.
I don't know. That'd be a good question for Coach Ryan because I'm going to bet they got a lot.
Ward on the point. She has been phenomenal tonight.
Oh, mercy.
She gets inside. Floater off the glass won't go. Another board for Richie. Richie's got to have a double-double. Anderson, she was trying to get it to Ari, but Caden Davis was waiting on it, and she's got the steal.
Yeah,
By the way, Caden Davis is just a freshman.
Are you kidding me?
On the block, strong take, wouldn't go. Tipped out of bounds by Richie. Yeah, how about this? Caden Davis is a freshman, and Mackenzie Ward is a sophomore.
You got that's called a foundation.
That's called a problem.
You do
for
a
some
lot of
teams down the
building on
road.
that right there, man.
Inbounds is to Davis. Fires it inside to McGay. Hook shot won't go. Forward to Richie. 10-point Mustang lead. Richie brings it up, flips it over to Ari. Ari, mid-range jumper, up and long, kept alive by Wilson. Her shot partially blocked, but she's fouled and will shoot two.
Yeah, these Lady Tigers have it's been a real struggle to put that ball in the hole this second half. Credit to the Lady Mustangs, D.
So just under 5 minutes to play in this Jason Blankenship CPA fourth quarter of action. First free throw is long. Like I said, winner gets Tipton in the semifinals of the championship bracket. Loser plays in the consolation game on Friday. And the second free throw up and good. Lead at 9. Ward trying to break the press. She keeps her head up on the dribble, and that's so helpful.
You're Eldon. You don't really need to do much, but just
Look at the ball movement, though. Inside out, McGay, the drive, the
There it
floater. Delaney's first points of the game extends the lead to 11. That was a tough shot, too.
Yeah. Well, she's in her 6th category of stats or whatever now.
Yeah, somehow Delaney McGay has rushing yards and an interception. We don't really know how she got them, but Anderson just throws it up where only Richie can get it. Richie ahead to Jones. Jones baseline out to Bench. Good recovery from Mackenzie Ward.
The Eldon defense is just playing 2 steps faster than Versailles is right now.
Do you think an Eldon practice is just cardio?
I don't know, but they look pretty good right now.
Yeah, and these girls don't look exhausted at all. Ari to inbounds. To Richie, it's flipped to Anderson, who just puts her head down and goes to the rim. Shot nearly falls. Bench keeps it alive. Out to Richie. She'll try another 3. Nearly banks it in. Halfway down, pop back out, and Davis the board. And Jones steals it. Over to Bench. Josie attacks the basket, and her shot up and good.
Looked like she lost it halfway up, but it went in.
Nah, if you ask her, she planned it that way.
Yeah.
And the pass to Ward, it's tipped and recovered. Ward tries to split 2 players, has to give it up to Davis. Davis lines up a 3 and knocks it down.
That's her 3rd 3.
And that wasn't even really a good look.
No.
You look over at Coach Ryan, he's got the hand on the face like, oh, I didn't want that shot, but it went in, so I can't say anything. Well, out of bounds. A timeout going to be called as this thing's got a little discombobulated. Under 4 minutes to go, we'll take the Nikki Ragsdale Remax of Sedalia timeout. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
California Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram has been making happy customers for years with dedicated employees in sales and service. They're your hometown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram dealer and proudly serve the community and surrounding areas by offering new and pre-owned vehicles, as well as top-notch parts and service departments. Find out for yourself why their customers leave happy. California Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram on West Buchanan Street in California wants you to be another happy customer.
After one quarter, Versailles had an 8-point lead. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean when I say this. Eldon looked lost out there. And then I don't know what Coach Ryan said to them in the huddle, but apparently it was the right thing because they have turned it on since then. They now lead Versailles 48-36. Jason, I feel like we both agree it all started on the defensive end.
Well, yeah. I mean, Eldon's first quarter, they only had 2 points. I mean, they literally Versailles literally gave them, they only had 2 points.
Yeah.
And they've done all of this in 3 quarters. And really, honestly, that third quarter, they came out at halftime. I don't know what he told them at halftime, but it's been a totally different Eldon team since. Defense is creating offense, and just everything's working for the Lady Mustangs right now.
Versailles with the ball down by 12. 3:49 to play. Richie will be the inbounder. Well, Richie lined up to inbound the ball. And then got told, hey, Eldon has the ball. So instead, it'll be Briley Dial inbounding. No, excuse me, Delaney McGay to inbound. Everybody thought about inbounding. Working around the outside. They're looking for that corner 3. Versailles does a good job taking it away, though. It's Davis out to Ward. Ward going to reset. Little pick and roll action here using the screen from Ashlyn Hill. Goes to Davis. Back to McGay. Back to Davis. Good closeout by the Tigers. Working around, Dial has it. Now it's McGay. I mean, on the list of things that Eldon has done well in this game, one of them has to include good shot selection.
Yeah, and they're doing the smart thing right now. Playing with a lead and just take care of the ball.
Ari on Ward. That's 2 great athletes right there as Ari's able to tip it, but Ward recovers it. Dial goes back to Ward. Jones out on her. In the corner, solid screen set from Hill. Up to McGay. She lines up a 3 and knocks it down. So Delaney decided, I'm going to save all of my scoring for the fourth quarter.
She's going to start hitting them down.
Brooke Anderson able to split the defense over to Jones. Jones firing underneath, but a great recovery by Ashlyn Hill to tip the pass out of bounds.
Yeah, if you're going to throw it to an open Lady Tiger, you better do it quick because they're not going to be open very long.
Ari will be the inbounder. Under 3 minutes to play. The lead has ballooned. Richie gets it underneath. Shot won't go. Jones put back. Won't go, but she is fouled. So Ari will shoot 2, 51-36. The Tigers at one point led this game by 10.
Yeah, 14-4 after the first.
First free throw for Ari off the left side. No good. As I mentioned, Jason and I will be back in action tomorrow. The basketball games will not be here on KS95 due to Mizzou, but they will be streaming live at MoSportsZone.com.
Who's Mizzou got?
Cal.
Oh.
Ari's second free throw up and good. 51-37, a 14-point lead as Vera checks in for Jones. Ari's probably still getting used to being able to be subbed out for a break. Last season, in the season before, she played basically every minute.
Yeah.
Ward breaking the press to McGay. McGay, step back, 3 and knocks it down.
Mercy.
I'm not kidding. I seriously think Delaney was just playing possum for 3 quarters, and it's a steal by Davis, but a travel before the shot. That last 3 was a heat check from Delaney. She stepped back and pulled it.
Yeah.
I stand by what I said earlier. This Mustang team has some straight-up talent on it. As it's a steal by Ward. Her shot strong off the glass. Davis the board, and the freshman puts it up and in.
That girl could play for a freshman, man.
This is now a 19-point lead, 56-37. Anderson able to break the press by herself. Trying to dish it off to Bench. Does so, but Bench immediately being pressured by Dial, who I believe Raylene told me they're cousins.
Oh, really?
And that's a foul amongst cousins now.
Something to fight about at Christmas now.
That's what I'm saying. But it works out for Josie. She'll go to the free throw line.
These Lady Mustangs, there's just nothing easy. Versailles can't even get an open look at this point. Other than free throws.
High arching free throw touched every part of the iron, but it dropped in. 56-38 with 2:14 to play. As Brooke Anderson will head to the bench. Davidson checks in for her. Second free throw from bench, rattles around, won't go. Hill with the board. So it's looking like Eldon is going to move on to the championship bracket, and they've got a date with those Tipton ladies. Ward drives baseline. Finds McGay. One-handed runner. It went halfway down. Seriously, I think this girl is just like holding back right now or something. She's something else. Davidson races the other way and just one step too many.
Once again, just McGay on defense, causing a turnover.
Kind of a Swiss Army knife, if you will. As Ward
Her and
will,
Davis both, yeah. I would agree with that statement.
Ward will head to the bench. Davis already over there as well. They've both played a great game, and they're going to get a rest because of it. Now running the point for Eldon is another number I don't have. On board, Ritchie off the shot too strong. It's tipped loose from behind and stolen. McGay, of course, comes up with it, fires it ahead to Dial, who lays it up and in. Timeout going to be called by Coach Ryan. I think this is just to get subs in the game. This is a Remax of Sedalia, Nikki Ragsdale timeout, but I do think you're going to see Coach Ryan get some different players in the game. But, I mean, this Eldon squad has played really, really well.
Yeah, for us starting this game off talking about how young and new they were.
So after tonight, both these squads will move to 1-1. And like I said, Versailles will move on to the consolation game on Friday at 5:30. And Eldon moves on to Tipton. That is, I mean, no disrespect towards the Eldon ladies. That's going to be a test. It's
all part of the learning process.
Yeah.
You get to see something that you want to become.
If you can pressure those Tipton girls and force turnovers the way you have tonight versus Versailles, you can force turnovers on anybody in the Tri-County Conference.
You're not kidding there.
By the way, I was going to tell you, we heard this year the Blair Oaks was having a down season. They'll be playing in the state championship game for football next week.
Yeah.
So, feel bad for them. That's a tough year.
I'll say, man. Sometimes it's just lean years.
That's oh, no, it'll be interesting to see. It's going to be athletes versus athletes and Eldon versus Tipton. And the winner will go to the championship game. And, I mean, some great teams on the other side of the bracket as well. California demolished New Bloomfield 81-8. And I know Boonville's also on that side of the bracket. Ritchie fires to Bland. Mid-range jumper won't go. A little short corner action there. Rebound controlled by Eldon. A good board hauled in by Pearson. And she was in a bit of a pinch, so she just threw it off the leg of the Tiger. And Mustangs keep the ball. 1:05 to play in the Jason Blankenship CPA fourth quarter. On the point is Pearson. Tigers still applying some pressure. Pearson able to break it down, racing to the basket, working against Ritchie. And
nice take. You just got to figure out what to do with that 6'2" kid once you get down there.
That's the problem, is you get close to the rim, and it seems like a good idea until you realize, I didn't plan this part.
I hurried up and got to this situation.
Under a minute to go. Bench brings it up. Whips it over to Vera. Vera in a bit of trouble. Finds Ritchie at the top of the key. Out at the logo. She just pass faked over a player's head, drove, floated off the glass. I mean, I like the take, and it's a steal by Bland. Shot won't go. Ritchie, the offensive board, put up and in. Back the other way is Eldon, and just a little too quick as they lose the ball out of bounds. 25 seconds left in this game. We're just kind of deciding the final score. Like I said, Versailles, they won't play in the second round because it is an uneven bracket. There's not enough teams, so they will just get a bye straight on to the consolation game. 17 seconds to play. Ritchie on the wing. Goes to Davidson. Drives baseline. Picks it up. Puts it, nearly put it in.
Take by Katie.
Yeah, shot just went off the iron, wouldn't go. Bench keeps it alive, though, and she'll inbound underneath the Tiger basket. 8.6 remaining. Bench gets it in. Mid-range jumper from Vera rattles around and falls. And after the Mustangs get it in, that's going to be all she wrote. Eldon knocks off Versailles in the opening round of the 86th annual Tipton tournament by a score of 58-42. We'll come back with your post-game show in just a bit. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
Take you home like a cheese, protect my homes. Keep it cool and safe, no need to roam. Stop the rays before they invade your place. I can live in space, the sunny in the race. Be a champion, not a contender. With American sun control, you're the defender. Shield your home, make it bright and bold. American sun control, the story's sold. American sun control, we need to know for a cooler home. Come on, let's go.
Farmland Grocery LLC in Syracuse is a discount grocery store that carries surplus, bent and dent, seasonal, close-to-date foods, and dated foods. They get new items in every week, and products constantly change. They also sell food in bulk by the case for a discount. Farmland Grocery is open Monday through Saturday, 8 to 5, and until 6 on Friday. Located directly north of the Highway 50 and D intersection in Syracuse. Follow Farmland Grocery LLC on Facebook to stay up to date on new arrivals.
Butch's Small Engines east of Tipton is your sales and repair person for all makes and models of small engines. They sell and install B&W gooseneck hitches. They're a dealer for Echo chainsaws, weed trimmers, and blowers, and a Kohler warranty center. Butch's Small Engines is open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday till noon. Highway 50, 3.5 miles east of Tipton. Butch's Small Engines. Call 660-433-5831. That's 660-433-5831.
Since 1944, Carpenter Gunther Lumber Company, Morgan County's only locally owned lumber yard, has been providing the area with quality building materials needed for its building, remodeling, and repair projects. Because customer care is Carpenter Gunther's #1 goal, your project is always their priority. They take as much pride in your project as you do. Reach them at 378-4433 Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4:30, and 8 to noon on Saturday. Carpenter Gunther, where they put the home and hometown business.
And we are back with our post-game show, the Bank of Versailles post-game show, I should say, after Eldon gets the win over Versailles 58-42. Early in the game, it was all Tigers in that first quarter, but Eldon ramped up the defense and really made a statement with it as they were able to force a lot of turnovers. It started to scratch their way back into the game, but by the third quarter, they started to take over. In the fourth quarter, they put too much of a gap for the Tigers to climb back in.
Yeah, that was just a straight-up example of what defense can do for your offense right there, because Eldon, after that first quarter, down 12 points, 14-2. And then they came out, they scored 15 in that second quarter. The Versailles is 8. And then from there, whatever Coach Ryan told them at halftime, they just came out and clamped down on this Tiger team. And field goals were very hard to get for the Lady Tigers. I think they only had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe field goals in the whole second half.
That's wild to me. We'll get to the stats in just a second, but we do always have – I'm kind of changing this on the fly. It's supposed to be the Shed batting cage play of the game. I'm turning it into a player of the game because so many plays during a game. How would you feel if I said I think Delaney McGay should be the player of the game? Because that girl literally did everything.
She did everything, and a lot of things that you can't put into a stat book. Just the little pokes and the prods and the deflections. But, yeah. Without a doubt, that girl, she's got 6 or 7 different stats tonight.
Yeah, and some of them, like I said, aren't even related to this sport. It's wild. She did everything from rebound, steal, assist. I think she may have drew up a couple plays in the huddle. She helped the referees tie their shoe.
Scoring was the last thing she did.
Yeah, I heard she drove the bus here. I don't know if that's true, but I heard it was a possibility. What did the stats look like for both squads, Jason?
Who do you want to go with first?
Let's start off with Eldon.
Eldon. Well, we have 3 girls in double figures for the Lady Mustangs. Mackenzie Ward had 17 on the night, which I like watching her play. She's good. Caden Davis, another good young player. Freshman Caden Davis, 17 as well.
That's impressive.
Yeah. That one kind of snuck up on me a little bit. Delaney McGay came in with 8 there at the end.
Were those all in the fourth quarter?
All of hers were in the fourth quarter,
wow.
Yeah. Corinne Davis, 10. And let's see here. Briley Dial came in with 6. So 5 Lady Mustangs in the scoring column.
Wow.
3 in double figures. Pretty good. For Versailles, we have 8 Lady Tigers that scored. Brooke Anderson with 8. Ari Jones with 4. Vera with 2. We have Dakota Moore with 4. Reagan Wilson with 3, Josie Bench with 3, Sarah Bland with 5, and Kylie Ritchie led the way for Lady Tigers with 13 points.
So the Lady Mustangs will once again move on the championship side of the bracket, where they will square off with the Tipton ladies. That game will be, that game will be Wednesday at 7 o'clock. And the Versailles ladies, they get a bye into the consolation game. That'll be played Friday at 5:30. So we'll be back tomorrow as we'll have a whole slew of games starting off on Mix 92.7. The Camdenton Lakers face off with Marshall in the 4-5 matchup on the boys bracket. Then directly after that, only available at MoSportsZone because we have Mizzou on the radio, it'll be Versailles and Eldon. That great rivalry game will be streamed right there. And then South Callaway and Tipton rounding out the night at 8:30. So, Jason, we got a lot of good basketball ahead.
Yeah, that's fine with me because this has become one of my favorite weeks of the year right here. A lot of good basketball, a school that really knows how to put on a great tournament. And just great players in this tournament every year. So this is a fun week for me.
Yeah, and by the way, a special thanks to Mr. Carvajal, Coach Culpepper, and everyone here at Tipton. They are so hospitable. They even taped KS95 onto the front of this thing for us. As soon as I got here, it was immediately, comments about, hey, man, you guys were out there. We got a hospitality room, all this great stuff. So really appreciate all that they do for us. But we'll go ahead and put a wrap on this broadcast. And like I said, we'll be back tomorrow night with more. Special thanks to Mark back at the studio, Britt on the camera. He's Jason, and I'm Colton. This has been another presentation of KS95 Sports. Good night.
You've been listening to coverage of the 86th Annual Tipton Boys